You can see right through to the back. The water came through the back of the building and rushed all the way through, knocked out all the windows here in the front. What's really happening in Asheville, North Carolina, a full 39 days after the storm? Well, this right here. This is South Tunnel Road, which is a major shopping district. We can see Lowe's Home Improvement right there, and across the street is Goodwill. And then up the street is the Asheville Mall, Best Buy, TJ Maxx, you get it. This road is 100% closed still, 39 days since the storm. And check this out. You want to see how high the water level was here? The Swannanoa River was up to these shopping bags right here. So I'm 6 feet tall. You can see I can reach up. I can't even touch that shopping bag right there. And there's a whole bunch of them down behind me. So let's take a walk down the road. You can see right next to me that this is just piles and piles of dirt and gravel that all came down the river. We'll see some pieces of road right up here. This is all first reaction for me. I haven't been down in this area yet. But big slabs of tar that is washed down by the river. Pretty wild stuff here. We can see a business. Ooh, I haven't seen this. So we can see a business here called Asheville Beds behind me. You can see their inventory or what's left of it out in front. And it looks like all the windows in the front are all knocked out. Here we are, closer look at Asheville Beds, and you can see right through to the back. The water came through the back of the building and rushed all the way through, knocked out all the windows here in the front, and just created all this destruction. Here's another business, looks like a US cellular place, and it is just a shell of a building right now. And again, you can see that opening through the back. That's where the water came through and just wiped out everything. And Ole Guacamole's right here, a nice little Mexican restaurant. And you can just see it's just rubble at this point. Gosh. That is just horrifying to look at. River just came right through this building and then continued its way out that way. So obviously where we're standing now would have been deep, deep, deep underwater, several feet above my head. And you can just see, so the river came this way from the town of Swannanoa, which I've shared with you some of the images there, and ripped right through here. The river's on the other side of the road here. You can see the tractor trailers and shipping containers up there. I mean, pieces of road, slabs of road washed up. You can see a Walgreens across the street there, obviously closed, took on some water there. And there's that bridge that looks all kinds of messed up there. We'll get a closer look. All right, we're going around the side of Ole Guacamole's. We're right here on Swannanoa River Road right there. That's the Highway 240. And then you can see the back of the building right here as the river just went right through the back. I mean, this is just wild to look at. Unreal, the power of water. And remember, this is day 39 after the storm. So this, to some degree, has already been cleaned up. This road has been cleared, and at least a portion of Swannanoa River Road is open to traffic. But I think it's local traffic only. It looks like there's a barrier up there too. You can see a U-Haul there, which was obviously flooded in the background. Here is the Swannanoa River. I showed you this a little bit east of here, out in Swannanoa itself, and showed you some of the wreckage there. Some of that same water came right through here. I mean, just the debris is insane. Look at how high up some of the debris is. I mean, that shirt in that tree has got to be 15 feet up in the air. Look at the size of this tree here. That is insane. Just ripped it right out of the ground and dragged it down the river. I mean, that's a crazy, crazy amount of debris in there. Guardrails just torn right down, no problem. You can see this street sign right here, Swannanoa River Road, and then Wood Ave, which turns into Tunnel Road. Look at the damage to the bridge and the road here. This is just insane. Look at the debris. Obviously the water was over this bridge. Wow, this is just shocking. Lines still down in the ground. And you can see how far down the water actually is. I mean, look at this. Just brought down the river, these huge shipping containers. It might be full too. and just dropped them wherever the water felt like dropping them. I don't know what that is. Is that a vending machine? Or a heating unit? Maybe somebody in the chat can let me know. No, I think that's is that what like runs the lights? I don't know. Let me know down below in the chat. But you can see they sawed these trees up. I mean, this is after work has been done and they've cleared this road, so at least you can get recovery vehicles through here and police and fire and whatever. But as you can see, it's totally blocked off, not open to through traffic. See the barricades right there. And again, this is a major shopping district. We're right here in front of Dick's Sporting Goods, Target, Michael's, Ashley Furniture. And actually, this is a really good Mexican restaurant, Latin American restaurant called La Rumba. They are open. If you can come support them, come support them. Their food is really, really good. Family-owned business. And they've been struggling just because, as you can see, it's not easy to get here. People don't know how to get here, but you got to come from that direction on Wood Ave. Look down that way. That's that bridge I was referring to. You can see shipping containers just washed up against it. Somebody went to Buc-ee's. But look at the close-up. I mean, this is the edge of the bridge with the guardrail just torn off. Insane. I'm gonna walk you over to that bridge right there. It looks bad, so we can take a look at what's going on over there. But I wanted to take a second to thank everybody for watching. Thanks to everybody who's contributed to our fundraiser. We now have over 25 videos showing you what's actually going on in the Western North Carolina area. And we've raised over $25,000 thanks to you for our neighbors in Fletcher, North Carolina, who got 100% flooded by the storm. There's 11 families that we're working with, that we're volunteering to help, and also raising funds so that they can rebuild. So thank you for that. Thought this would also be a great time to acknowledge that some people in the chat are probably already in the comments saying, hey, this is gonna take a long time. Why don't you people be patient? Look, us people are being patient. We're also working really hard, and we're pulling together to help our community. And everybody's in this together. We're all working really hard. So before you come and shame us and tell us to slow down, be patient, we know. We're here. We see this sort of stuff every day. We're talking to our community. We know it's going to take a lot of hard work. We know it's going to make us dig deeper than we've ever had to dig before. And it's already been happening. We're already working hard. And we know that this is going to take months and years to rebuild. We got it. You don't need to lecture us. But I do appreciate you commenting on the videos, hitting that like button, and sharing the video so this message of need can get out to other folks, because this need is not going away here in a couple of days or a couple of weeks or even a couple months. This is a long-term rebuild. We're in it to win it. So we're coming up to the bridge now, and it's just more and more debris, obviously. But look over at Lowe's right there. They're still cleaning up that Lowe's parking lot. I'll give you a little zoom. Gosh, I mean, you get to see how much stuff was probably there a month ago. 39 days, they're still cleaning up that parking lot. So now we're coming up to this bridge, which I'm intrigued about. I think you are too. And I mean, there's just debris everywhere. But obviously a storage container right there. Yeah, this bridge is, I don't know anything about civil engineering or bridge construction, but this looks like a problem. Yeah. So look how calm, first of all, Swannanoa River, and you can see it carved out some of the banks. It's wider than it used to be. And you can see that the water was obviously up over here, up over this road, up, down, over there, into Lowe's. You can see Lowe's is bordered up. They were flooded too. Water went through Walgreens. There's Ole Guacamole's, which I showed you back that way, and the bed store, Asheville Beds. But here's this bridge. And you can see that the Swannanoa River came right up under there. That should be land that's going all the way underneath those pillars or those piers right there. You can see one of those pillars is actually bent back. I have no idea where that sign came from, or that other storage unit. I just realized that there's multiple storage units or shipping containers stacked up under there, up against that bridge. I mean, this looks horrible. And again, there's so many priorities to focus on, that this bridge to some businesses right here, you know, they haven't even begun to address it. there's just so many other critical priorities other than that bridge. But well, that looks like a tractor trailer down there in the water. And this runs all the way, if you've seen the videos of Biltmore Village. Biltmore is actually supposed to open, I think, yes, Saturday. I got to double check my facts on that, see if they actually opened. But if you saw all the wreckage of Biltmore Village, it was this same Swananoa River. It continues this way to the west and badly flooded the Biltmore Village. We'll get you some footage of that here really soon. So some of the footage that I can see in the distance is horrifying as I continue to walk down the road. And I'll let you see some of the debris behind me. And there's some of this horrifying stuff that I'm talking about. I don't know what that business is. It's really hard to recognize from here, but it looks really bad. There's a building right there that you can see has been, it's destroyed. You can see the water up over the banks of the river right here. It's just totally destroyed. Like the edge of the road right here, this is all gonna have to be repaired. And you can see the river is here. It's split into two. There's an island in the middle. It's totally destroyed. But what looks to be a business, I'm sorry, I don't know what that business is. Everything's kind of hard to recognize at this point. This does not look like the way that it did 6 weeks ago, that's for sure. But just look at all this debris. And this carries on for miles. Yeah, it sure does. It's awful to look at. Hope you're doing all right. The way the Asheville people have pulled together and support people, and I shouldn't just say Asheville people, but the way Western North Carolina and the way the country's come and supported us. We've had, relief workers here from all over the country that have been away from their families, been away from their businesses, been away from their homes, here for just weeks upon weeks of just supporting this carnage. We could walk this river for miles and it's going to look the same as it looks here, with just carnage everywhere. So this is interesting here. Across the street from the Swananoa River, on this side, you can see that the river hopped over the road and ran all through here. The debris field is pretty clear with that. So this was all full up with water from the river. Wow. And you can see the debris field cuts through there. Like, look how high some of that stuff is up in the tree. That's how high the water was. All right, back on the Swananoa River side. Yeah, there's just building after building back there that's just been destroyed by the river. Some more shipping containers that were floating down the river. And everything I've been showing you, by the way, that's the back of the Lowe's building right there. So we haven't traveled anywhere to see this much carnage. This is all just in that same concentrated area. It's just this much carnage, all in one spot. And this is stuff that looks like it washed up from Lowe's. You can see bags of mulch, and there's more mulch. Potting soil, potting mix right there. Shipping containers. Here's another dumpster that was floating down the river. All kinds of that was a business, a building, someone's front porch, a drum. So, just wild construction debris. Dumpster. Somebody's burning stuff in the background, probably burning trash and debris, because this stuff is going to take forever to pick up. Look at this shipping container, or storage unit, I guess, just ripped in half and mangled by the water. Shopping cart, totally mangled. Can't see where that's from. And this just continues on and on and on down the river. We could continue a few miles down this way to the west, and we'd end up at that Biltmore Village. There's the fire. I don't know if you can see that or one of them in the background. And businesses on the other side of the river, like white manufacturing, warehouse space, just totally ruined. And look at this. This is 39 days after the storm, and we're still doing makeshift stuff like this. This is a piece of siding, it looks like, that's propping up this power line. That's insane. All right, so it's gonna get loud. We're getting up to a lot of cleanup activity coming up here on the other side of the river. I just had a 25-minute conversation with a guy who stopped and pulled over. He came down, his name is Jim. He came down from Columbus, Ohio with a truckload worth of supplies. His son and daughter live here in Asheville, and so they still don't have water 39 days after the storm. So he was bringing them down water and a whole bunch of supplies that they're helping distribute too. So all the way down from Columbus, Ohio, it's his second truckload of stuff that he's brought of supplies and donations and stuff like that. Gives me little moments of like hope that this is all gonna work out. And gosh, that hope, that moment of hope was maybe good timing, because what we're about to walk up to is, oh my gosh, I mean, this is just, oh my gosh. Some of the stuff that we're about to see is some of the most shocking stuff that I've seen since the storm. I decided I wasn't intending to walk this far down the river, but I decided I wanted to go visit what was formerly our second favorite brewery in Asheville, called New Origin Brewing. They've only been open for 3 years, and their business is a total loss. They're building everything. We're gonna go take a look at it. It really pains me to see small business owners just getting destroyed, and it sounds like they're not gonna rebuild. It's just really tough for a 3-year-old business to consider. They just got done a building process. Look at this. I mean, this is insane how much work has to be done here. I don't know if I'm allowed to cross this bridge. Well, if you're watching this video, it worked out just fine. Let's take a look at some of what's going on here. So that's downriver towards Biltmore Village. Gosh, look at that business right there. And then this is upriver towards where we just came from, towards Tunnel Road. We've gone about maybe a third of a mile. And some of the images that we're about to see are, well, I don't know. I haven't seen them yet, but I don't think these are going to be really good. I'm actually kind of nervous about what we're going to look at here. So you can see this bridge is definitely closed, and this road is closed that direction, and I think probably, that direction too, the road is closed. And this road, I believe, dead ends at the end of here, so no reason to close it from that side. So I forget the name of this road. I'll put it on the screen right now. When I edit the video, I'll put what the name of the road is that we're walking down. There's 2 breweries on this road that are both young, small businesses. I've never seen this before. So what's going on here, I think, is, so that's a train. That looks like gas, I'm guessing, obviously of some kind. It looks like this fella here is just draining off the gas from that train car and is just burning it off. That is crazy. I don't know what to say about that. So what I heard was a train car ripped through this brewery, New Origin Brewing, and I guess that kind of confirms what we heard right there. And that's wild. Remember, the river's over here. The river's over here on this side of the road, and there's a train car over there upside down on that side of the road. And an unbelievable amount of wreckage. You know what? I'm getting my bearings here. That was New Origin Brewery, that property. Yeah, that's crazy. So the building's gone. That was the building. So a little loud through here. It looks like that business has got people kind of clearing things out, and that's a lot of demo work happening. Thanks to all the relief workers, folks who are here from all across the state, all across the country. It's crazy, it's wild how much support has come in, but you can see how much support we still need. Again, we're looking back to the river this way. This is all mud. Another storage container right there. Look at how high the debris is. I mean, that board up there, that's 20 feet above my head. I mean, that right there, the top of that, I don't know, what is that, a cushion? The top of that is probably 9 or 10 feet tall, to give you an idea of the debris. So I think what we're looking at now is the site of the second brewery that's on this street, called Kusiskemi. I always say the name wrong. Somebody can correct me down below in the chat. Again, a small local business that's only been open for a few years. I think they've only been open for maybe 3 years. And that was the site of their brewery. I apologize if I'm getting this wrong. I'm not doing it to be insensitive. I'm not doing it because I want to spread information or anything like that. It's just really hard to recognize. This place looks totally different than what it did 6 weeks ago. But I think that's the site of that brewery. It's just hard to imagine that could possibly be it. And you can see right there, there's a tractor trailer right there that definitely does not belong. So yeah, we're gonna head back down the road because it just, after I walked past where that gas is being burned off, it occurred to me that was actually the site of New Origin Brewery. It's just kind of, everything's so hard to recognize I don't even know what to say. So yep, this right here was the site of New Origin Brewery. Their hazy IPAs were out of control. I always say they're Colorado good. And this is where it was. This was like their front hangout space. They had, like, maybe we'll see some of the chairs. They'd have all these like folding style chairs. You could sit out in the front lawn here. The brewery itself is where that train car is. That's inside what would have been the brewery. Those are the bathrooms right there. Those are the bathrooms right there, right inside the front door. This is like, hits home. They had a pizza truck, a Neapolitan pizza truck that was parked right there on the other side of this foundation. This foundation was a storage shed where they, stored stuff. That's self-explanatory. And then right on the other side was a pizza truck that was always here. That was the food for the business. And this is what's left of New Origin Brewery. If the owners or friends or whatever, patrons of the business New Origin are watching, gosh, I'm so sorry. This is just horrible, horrible, horrible to see. And right now we are standing in what was the brewery, and that is very much a train car parked right inside of it. You can see some brewing equipment right there. Looks like more train car stuff. Not too many times in your life when you can say, I've never seen anything like this, but this is one of those times. If there is a GoFundMe site associated with the owners of New Origin, rest assured that is down below in the description, or it's linked on my website if it exists. We're going to find it and we're going to put it there. I didn't plan on coming here today. I just actually didn't plan on filming at all today. If you want to help real people who are really impacted by Hurricane Helene, tap those donation links. They're in my profile. They're at chris@peak.com. They're down below in the comments and description section. Like, follow, subscribe, share this video with other people that need to see it. All those things help real people here in Western North Carolina. Thanks.